Welcome, everybody, to another live, exciting edition of the Triple B Experience, where we started to do something a little different besides recording these interviews. We are going live so we can get your guys' questions and comments, and then they can answer them to you guys live and in color. But we're changing it up a little differently. I have a special co-host with me tonight. We're going to start doing some of these together. He is the host of Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk. Here it is, right here. Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk. He is the host from J-Town. He is the man, Larry Stryker. Larry, how you doing this evening?
What's up, Bubba? What's going on?
Pretty good, man. It's been a lot of exciting day. The last couple days, I've been busting my hump. This is the first time that I've done one of these shows where we brought your show on board so we can actually ask the important questions to these people that we're bringing in. So this should be something. And,
Absolutely.
I'm kind of excited for this guest tonight. You know why, Larry?
I'm sure there's plenty of reasons why, because I'm probably just as excited as you.
Well, the reason why this guest is coming on tonight is this person has tenacity, and I appreciate that. And we'll get into that, but the word is tenacity. And everybody, I want to welcome to the Triple B Experience show myself and Larry, pro wrestling future star of the world, Slamming Sammy. Sammy, how you doing this evening?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Great.
Great, Sammy.
So the reason why I wanted to bring you on the show, and I want to tell everybody this little story about how we met. We were at Rise Wrestling, and
Yes.
We were at Rise Wrestling, and your dad handed it off, but you stayed there, and you had the guts and tenacity to talk to me. And I was like, wow. And I knew you were wrestling, but your demeanor and the way you approached me was something that I looked at my wife, and I was like, you know what? And I knew when I said some dates for you, I was like, no. And that is why I booked you on the 24th of August, because of that. That just proved to me something, ladies and gentlemen. How old are you, Sammy, if you don't mind me asking? 18 years old in the professional wrestling business, going up to a promoter where you have no idea who I am. You have no idea what I'm about, and you went up there and met me and introduced yourself and actually sold yourself to me. That takes a lot of kahunas, dear. Wouldn't you say, Larry?
Absolutely. Yeah. You told me all about it. I believe it was the next day. You said, I talked to this Sammy girl, and you said kahunas. I mean, you said kahunas this time, but you said something else before. You said you got to book her, and here we go. She's on the August show.
Yeah, and we haven't had wrestling, and we're a new we're not a new company, but we're an old company that came back. We haven't had ladies wrestling since 2004. So and trying to get ladies talent is something. But besides, we talk all about that, Slammy. What made you, or did you have growing up, did you always like professional wrestling?
Okay, so the story, well, very long, but whatever. Okay. I'll just tell it anyway. So before I was born, my dad actually loved pro wrestling before ever I was born, and he had all the things out there, like he'd wear the Stone Cold shirt, the Stone Cold hat, and he was in Pittsburgh for Mankind versus Undertaker in Hell in the Cell.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very
So yeah, that still carried on with him. And then when I was about like 3 years old, he would turn it on and we would watch it, and he would practice wrestling moves with me on the couch.
So
That's great.
you probably gave him a couple stunners, I'm sure.
Oh, of course.
So growing up, okay, and you watched it all the time too, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so your dad, did he take you to some bigger shows?
Yeah, he did. There were like times in my childhood that he took me to Raw. I remember this one time I was about like maybe like 5 years old. He got me like a bouquet of roses, and we went to Monday Night Raw.
Nice.
Very cool.
Now are you you have any brothers or sisters?
Nope. I'm an only child.
Okay, so
Yes.
okay. Well,
Nothing wrong with that.
I can't. I have a sister, but me and my sister were the same age. We were 50. We were 52 for the same age for 3 weeks, but now I'm a little older by 2 weeks. But is your mom a wrestling fan also?
Yeah, I would say she caught on it like the minute my father liked it. She was very cool with it.
Okay. So you're going to shows now. Going to Monday Night Raw is a little different. Now, growing up, did you go to any independent shows?
When I was 13, I started going to Rise Wrestling's independent shows, which were back then at the time in the Laurel Mall.
Okay, so that was your spark. That was your spark right there because it was close. Because you are from that area, correct?
Yeah, I would say it would be like sometime after the spark.
Okay.
So
Lair, that's pretty good, Lair. Yes, Lair.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. So
no, you're fine.
I'm not too familiar with Rise. I do know Rise now, from you talking about it, but Rise has been around for that long, over 5 years now.
Yeah.
Actually, I believe 7. I believe.
Oh, okay.
Wrong. Yes.
I did not know that. That's very cool.
Yeah, and actually, Lair, and I know Sammy could probably give us a history, but there is a lot of people that came through that training center that actually has made it to the big time. I just saw an article today from Miss Thea. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and she's just 20 years old, Larry, and she's already in NXT.
Yes, I believe she was. Don't quote me on this, but she was Cole Carter's girlfriend there for the longest time.
Well, I don't know that.
well, I mean, from what I heard from it, IWC, and then when they got signed to NXT, and then he got into some trouble. I guess that's when they split. I could be wrong, but you know how rumors go. Well,
yeah. So Sammy, did you ever meet these people that have came through the doors of Rise Wrestling? Well, first off, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. When did you decide that you wanted to become a professional wrestler?
So this was during during the time when I was little. I had like a lot of childhood favorite wrestlers growing up and stuff, and I was like I remember it was I can't pinpoint an exact date or anything, but I was like 6 or 7 years old, and I remember just telling both of my parents while watching the TV that I want to be a wrestler.
That was your first thing to do ever. That's what you wanted to do all through elementary and high school. Yes. And you told all your friends that, look, guys, I'm going to become a professional wrestler and you're going to watch me on TV someday.
Yes.
What did your friends tell you? What did they say, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, not gonna lie, I didn't have too many friends, and I've lost friends that I've probably had. So
you've over wrestling?
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh,
Well, Sammy, they weren't your friends to begin with then. So if they can't,
Exactly.
if they can support you in something you want to do, then you don't need them anyway.
Right.
yeah, wow. Yeah, because I know when I got into it, I like my friends showed up for a couple shows, and then it kind of weaned off. But I got started in my mid-20s. You got started at what age?
I started training around at 15 years old. Yeah.
Wow.
Oof.
15 years old. Wow, that's amazing. And I know through the state, you can't go on being because you have to be 18.
Yeah.
So how did you prepare yourself knowing that you were training early to get to where you needed to be to 18? So you were probably like soaking everything up like a sponge.
Yeah. Yeah, I was, and I was determined. I was determined with training, and but what I knew was for sure was I was definitely doing this.
Who was the first trainer that who was the first person when you go through them doors that you talked to get into this business?
I would say the first person that I went through to talk to was definitely Brandon K, obviously. Yeah.
Okay. And Larry, if you do not know who Brandon K is, he's the founder and owner of Rise Wrestling. Also, I believe he's the head trainer. Is that correct, Sammy?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I do know who Brandon is.
okay. I figured you did, but I was just going to give you a little bit. So, Sammy, let's go back to this first meeting with you and Brandon and going in there at the age of 15. You were gun ho then. So you were.
Oh yeah.
So if he told you, look, we can't do this, and it's not at the time. I don't think you were going to take no as an answer, were you?
No, I wasn't. I will say though, he was nice and did make an exception for me.
Okay.
Because he made an exception for me because of my karate and jiu-jitsu background. So
Oh,
what?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But we're worried about kicking ass, and here she can probably kick our ass or butts. I'm sorry.
Oh, so how long have you been training for that? All your life, also?
Yeah. I did karate for 7 years. Gonna shout out the name of the place, Culver Karate Club. Yes. A good place if you want to go do that. So, and I also did jiu-jitsu down at Culver Karate Club. So, definitely a good place to go for that.
Wow. So you're already skilled in different arts even before you got into the wrestling world. Wow.
That's amazing.
That is, yeah, I did not know that. I did not know that at all. I maybe thought a little bit, but I wasn't sure. But you just told me all this stuff. Wow. So that added a lot of layers to your trying to talk to Mr. K to get into wrestling.
Yep, it did.
Wow. Okay. So what did he tell you when you decided this is what you're going to do?
Well, we went through like a lot of like options, see if there anything else that we could do, and he just said, you know what, let's just start her early.
Okay, I like that.
He must have saw something in you.
So 15, and when is let's go back to the first day you got inside how did you feel get inside the professional wrestling ring for the first time? Because I know how I felt, but
it was surreal. It was just like a movie, like a dream come true. It was everything to me.
Nice. Wow.
I remember the first time I got on the ring, Bubba. I did those flippity floppity off the top rope moves. I'm retired now.
Yeah, I remember that, Larry. I remember that. That was that Hua Karana that you did.
Oh yeah,
the triple Lindy. Yeah, that was good. So, how long did it take you to come up with the persona of Slamming Sammy? Did they help you? Did you have a little bit of intel to actually add to that, or how did that go? Because I know some promoters, when they get trainees, they're like, you're going to do it this way. You're not going to actually have a say, and we're going to put you in this role. I don't think Brandon K was like that, though. I don't think.
No, he was not. So to date back to whenever this name actually happened, I can't say that I can give myself credit here, but it was actually a long time ago, before pro wrestling, that I had found my name at my old karate dojo. My former teacher, Master Culver, he the first time he said the name, and I was like, that's brilliant, and that name was Slamming Sammy. So he was the one who actually came up with that name. And the reason why I was called Slamming Sammy was because of my ability to fight people. Yeah.
Okay.
My ability to fight people. Yeah.
So you don't have anger issues, do you, Sammy?
No, I'm just really aggressive.
Oh. Okay. We got some people that Ralph Williams said hello to everybody. Troy's very excited for this coming match. Mr. Troy Fritz, proud sponsor of the APWF of Bunker Club. He's very excited for ladies wrestling. Troy actually used to promote when Diamond Championship Wrestling, and he used to do a lot of ladies matches. Remember, Larry? A lot of ladies matches that Troy.
Yes, absolutely.
And my wife said that is very awesome. She's in the chat room. So Richie Allen's in the chat room. So we do have some people in the wrestling business. If you guys have any questions for Sammy, let me know, and I'll bring them to her, and then she can answer them for you. So your aggressiveness, your style, how did that portray into your style coming up with what you wanted to do and what you wanted to be in the professional wrestling ring?
I figured with the way that I do things, I'm not the one to just sit down and just take it, like.
Nice.
I'm just not that type of person. And I've always grown up stubborn, defiant, and
there's nothing wrong with that, though.
No, not at all.
Yeah, and not only that, for my life personally, like I say this all the time. I've had a lot of disappointments, but I'm only 18 years old, and that's a very sad but true truth.
Well, I don't know if it would be sad, but the experiences that you have make you worthy of coming over obstacles, if you know what I'm saying.
Right.
So your parents approve of you training. I mean, because some parents aren't. Now, your parents, your mom and dad, are with you thick and thin.
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
That's
what
very
is
cool.
now? How about your other your outer realm family, like cousins and stuff like that? Because I'm sure that's the talk of maybe 4th of July barbecues.
Yeah.
Oh my God, cousin Sammy is a professional wrestler. How did they like that? Was that they give you like some props and encouragement?
Yeah, a lot of my out extended family did, and there were some that didn't, but whatever. Just
so negativity is something that doesn't go in your world. I'm taking it just for looking and listening into this interview. Negativity and self-doubt and people that are naysayers do not go in Slamming Sammy's world, from what I'm thinking. Good. And your dad says 100%, 100%. They support you 100%.
Yes.
Sammy, so if a hater walks up to you, Sammy, what are you going to do to that hater right now? What would you do?
Do everything I can to prove them wrong, and if they hit me, I'll strike back.
Wow.
I tell you what, Larry, we got something here.
I think I need to get a bodyguard for the 24th for,
Yeah. So you had, now how many times a week was you training to get to where you needed to be at Rise Wrestling? How long are seminars or training practices, I should say?
So I train and I still do train free. I train 3 days a week. So
3 days a week.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Huh. Any professional wrestlers that's listening to this now in Western Pennsylvania, most of the guys don't train twice a week. And that I know that because it was always hard to get people to come to the APWF training center. And we did it once a week. And you're training 3 days a week at the Rise Stronghold Center.
Yes.
Like Troy said, wow. And Jimmy says, you slam negativity.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
3 times a week. Now, do you do any type of what type of training do you do besides training in the wrestling ring to get your body ready to go?
So outside, and this was whenever I started training, and I also I'm gonna give my mom also credit for this idea. So
okay, I think that's your mom right there. Is that your mom right there?
Yes, that is. Yep. Love you, Mama. Anyway.
That's awesome that your parents are supporting you 100%. I mean that full-heartedly because I know some parents don't support people that get into wrestling, and some people do not support people get into wrestling. So right. I appreciate your parents letting you do your dreams, and that is effing awesome. I don't want to swear crazy because you're 18, but it's effing awesome.
Right. So what I ended up doing, and I still do it now today, is I started going to the to a gym, and that just really helped me with everything, especially after martial arts, because I had some situations with my body where things were not in the correct place. Let's just say that. So, but that helped me with training and getting more stronger. I do personal training centers or personal training sessions with a personal trainer, and they know exactly what I need from strength training to like core training to all of it. I also do group classes like yoga and bar that really help me with my flexibility and balance and stuff like that.
Wow, you're doing more training than some people I know in this business. Wow. Yeah, and so you like to lift, and I like to work out too in the weight business too. So that means you're eating right. Then I take it you're not eating like crazy blizzards from Dairy Queen or stuff like that. You're trying to watch what you eat. I mean, you're allowed to have a little bit of cheat days, right, Lair? She's allowed
absolutely.
To have
yes. Yes.
Yeah. I do. So, I do watch what I eat, though. Yeah.
Okay. So you've been training for going on 3 years. Now, did you come up with your? Now, are you a heel or are you a face? What
face?
Okay. Oh well, that's good. Now
those wheels are turning in Bubba's head now.
No. Because you can't, Lair. You can't turn. You can't. I don't think you could ever go heel because your personality. Because
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like you just can't, because it seems like you have fought negativity and you try to be positive, and even in storylines or whatever, you can't. I personally can't see that. That's just me. I see you as the person where a little girl who's watching you wrestle looks up to you and wants to be in the same plight as you. You know what I mean? So those are characteristics that you have to hold yourself accountable in a good way. And I'm sure you got fans now that you're out there now and you're doing matches. So when did you have your first match?
So I had my first match, and it's gonna sound crazy, but still take my word for it. I had my first match in April while I was still in high school. So
wow.
Wow.
That's awesome. That is awesome. So you wrestled on a weekend, and then you went to school Monday, and you're like, I had my first professional wrestling match, suckers.
Yeah.
Nice. And what if you don't mind me asking, what school did you go to, if you don't mind me asking?
Collinsville area senior high.
Ooh, that's a pretty big school, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Where's that at? Is that down towards Uniontown?
Yeah, it's on Falcon Drive Road.
That's a big school there. I believe it's pretty big.
Okay.
Let me ask you, Sammy, are you the first person in your high school to become a professional wrestler that you know of?
I also remember, like, I don't have any memories of him from high school, but also Brandon went to Connersville as well. So
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh no. So there's two, because you guys just tagged up recently.
Yeah.
So 2 former alumni of that high school tagged up in a tag match, in a professional wrestling match that just happened this past Friday at the Fayette County Fair for Rise Wrestling.
Yes.
That doesn't happen. That you couldn't write that. You couldn't write that in a Hollywood script. Wow,
No,
that's awesome. Well,
that's really cool.
Yeah. Did you guys win? Who'd you guys face?
Yep, we won. So we faced a girl named Riley Storm and a guy named Nova. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's by Mount Pleasant. You're by Mount Pleasant?
Yep.
That's what my wife was telling me. Oh, wow.
Huh.
I know Mount Pleasant. I always say there's nothing pleasant about Mount Pleasant, but it's Mount Pleasant because you know why? Because it has the call letters, Larry, of 1666.
Yeah.
That's the zip code. That's what. Yeah. So yeah, you want to say your prayers and eat your vitamins. So I did not know that was near Mount Pleasant, because I know that there's a facility down there that they used to have wrestling. It wasn't Rise Wrestling. It was some other lower tier wrestling that was at this facility down on the main drag, but I can't think of its name. And
I can't.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I do not.
See, then they weren't that good then, because you're from there, and and then I don't think they were that good. But that's awesome that you tagged with your trainer in your area, and both coming from the same high school.
Yes.
Wow. Oh, that's awesome. That is just wow. That was probably surreal for both of you, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, it definitely was.
And whose idea was that? Was that his?
Yeah, it was his idea, I would say. It was a great idea,
though. Yeah. Well, this company, Rise Wrestling, is very. I've been to some shows.
Yeah.
Yes, I've been to some shows, and that's where I talked to you, where I think you were gutsy and determined, and I think you wanted to get an answer, from me at that time, and I don't think you were leaving until you got the answer that you wanted. I don't think. But and I know Dean Radford is a heck of a trainer down there.
Oh yes, he is.
Yeah, and he has all those years. And I'm sure if you have any questions and you have any comments or concerns, you can go to Dean and you can go to Brandon and you can call them
Yes.
up on the phone and ask those guys anytime. Is those the only 2 trainers at the Rise facility, or is there any more that I'm not naming because I don't know?
There's also Rev Ronald Hunt. He's very good at the Stronghold Training Center as well. So
okay, yeah, the Rev. So you got 3.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Your dad says Dean's the machine. Yeah, Dean. I've known Dean for over 20 some years, and he's legitly the real deal. And
Yes.
he doesn't BS. So, and you're gonna get what you get with him, and I'm glad that he's down there training you guys, and he's just a good guy anyway. I mean, I dealt with him in Fight Underground, and we were 2 ships passing in the night when I used to wrestle. But when we're older, I think the common knowledge and courtesy that you give, it's out there, and I'm glad that he's helping you out too, because
Yes.
So you got 3 good trainers. You're training 3 days a week.
Yep.
You just had a big match in the Fayette County Fair.
Yeah.
Woo! Life is gold. So let me ask you another question. Now, you're coming here in a couple of weeks here. You're going to be debuting in the Allied Powers Wrestling Federation. How do you feel about that?
I feel amazing. I feel like it's going to be a great match, and everybody should be excited for it.
It's Sammy time.
Yep. It's slamming time. More like
Slamming time. There you go. All right.
Yeah.
Now you're facing a big female wrestler in the area also, Alexis Sin. What and how do you feel about this matchup coming August 24th?
I feel very confident that I can get into this match and do what I need to do in the match and slam it.
Have you ever faced her before, Sammy?
No, I have not.
No confrontation, no in passing at other shows where you guys are like 2 ships passing and you're like, oh, because she knows who you are, I'm sure, and you know who she is. So you guys are up and coming superstars in the area. No, none of accidentally bumped into each other or anything like that and gave a stare or a look off or anything like that?
I have seen her around, but don't think there was that much interaction yet.
Okay, yeah, this is going to be a big match, ladies and gentlemen, on the 24th. And what is your style in the ring?
I would say my style is more of being like technical in the ring. So.
Oh, okay. So what wrestlers have you looked up to since you're a technical wrestler? What wrestlers do you look at to assimilate? Like who do you look up to now than you did when you were a kid? Because it's different when you were a kid.
So I would say when I was a kid, my favorite wrestler growing up and still is to this day was Seth Rollins. Still to this
day. Oh,
yeah.
Rich Smoke likes you already because Rich Smoke's in the house and he is a Seth Rollins fan. So,
nice.
Oh wow. So that is your number 1 wrestler of all time is Seth Rollins, and that's where you get more of your technological stuff from?
I would say though I get stuff from him. From Daniel Bryan's also a good one to look at too. So
oh geez. Okay. Yeah.
What about CM Punk, Sammy? The best technical wrestler in the world, the best in the world, CM Punk.
You don't have to answer this if you don't want to.
He does good though. He does a good job. I will say that.
Just good, Sammy? He's the best.
Yeah.
We're gonna have,
you put her on the spot about CM Punk. Nobody wants to talk about CM Punk, Claire.
well, I do, and we're gonna have a little talk on the 24th, Sammy, about CM Punk.
And also, before I loved all these other, before I loved anyone else, also my childhood, along with Seth Rollins, I also loved the Shield.
Oh,
yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Now we're getting off a little. Out of the Shield, number one would be Seth, correct?
Yep.
Now, where was Dean Ambrose? Was he in the last?
Okay. So when I was younger, I wanted to pick like a WWE superstar that was more mature for me, if that makes sense. So I began my observations at a younger age. I just and I didn't mean to do this, but accidentally threw Dean Ambrose off the chart first. I was like, yeah. I was like, nope. And then it was between Rollins and Reigns, because with Reigns I was thinking maybe, and then Rollins slides in. Nope. Like, so Rollins was my final decision.
How do you feel about him being a special guest referee this Saturday?
I feel pretty good about it. I would say that he's a knowledgeable person in the business, and that he knows what he's doing, and he'll do a good job at it.
You know,
if he doesn't, Sammy, if he gets in CM Punk's face, CM Punk's taking him out.
Well, I know we're having a pick show Friday or Thursday or whatever day I'm doing this pick show, and I'm already picking Drew McIntyre because I messed up last time. So I'm a Drew fan. So out of all three of us, we got different people here in this matchup. You know, see, there you go, Kal-El. Kal-El, our 14-year-old prodigy from buckle to buckle. He'll be there picking some shows. So technical savvy of Seth Rollins, Daniel Bryant, and is there any females that you try to form your style to?
I would say if there's any female I like to form of a style to, it's Becky Lynch. So
is it Becky Lynch because she's married to Seth Rollins, or you like her? You like her toughness when she's the man?
Yeah, I like her in general, and just her story's so inspiring, like that Rocky Balboa up and coming thing. So that to me is always a great story.
Well, she had a hard too getting the right, the right gimmick, because she was that Irish lassie at the NXT. She wasn't getting her just due, and then when she got her butt kicked, and she wanted to be a tough guy, then that came out, and then that made her more synapse of what. So her style of taking it to and being the man is something that you want to perform inside the wrestling ring, kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right on. So have you got any other gigs, any other companies that are slowly trying to contact you to get out and about? And are you looking to further your career out of the area and to go to different states if you get contacted? And another question off that, what is your ultimate goal in wrestling? What is your ultimate goal?
So both I do have companies looking out to get me. And yes, I would go out of the state if it was a very like big opportunity to have. And yeah, I got bookings coming up for me here real soon. So
good,
nice.
Good, awesome. Because if you always get out and about, and you go out and get to these other, like I always tell guys, when you go out and you train, like back when I had a training school, I don't have one now, but when you would, you would go out and get exposure and do whatever. When you come back, you're a bigger star.
Right.
So that's awesome that you're getting bookings out of there. What is your goal your ultimate goal is to get and do what and go where?
I would say my ultimate goal in pro wrestling is just to be the hardest worker I can be and be the best person I can possibly be out there in that ring. And honestly, if there was anywhere to go, just to travel anywhere, like you can literally be anywhere, Japan, France, whatever, you know?
Wow. See, that's a different, you've taken a different look about it with your answers than other people would. Not one thing did you say about, Bubba, I'm going to the WWE and to become a world champion. You just want to wrestle everywhere and anywhere and travel the world in a positive way.
Yeah.
See, that's totally different than what other people would say.
I would like though to get signed one day with a big company. So,
well, yes, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. That still should be everybody's desire. Getting in this business is somewhat getting higher up than where they're at.
And when you said a big company, you do mean AEW, right, Sammy?
Yeah, AEW, WWE, whatever comes calling first.
So what about if WWE came calling first, or say, let's just say this one, say TNA came calling first.
Oh, hey, I do it too. Take advantage of any opportunity you have in front of you.
Good attitude. Good attitude to have. I have a question from Paul from Blackridge. What is your finishing maneuver?
So my finishing maneuver is called the Sammy Slammer. It's a boss. It's the boss man slam.
No way. Oh,
nice. I wasn't expecting that one.
I wasn't either. First off, I wasn't expecting Sammy to know who this big boss man was. That is surprising in itself, Sammy. See? Ooh, wow, that's awesome. We also have Horsepower, the PWX heavyweight champion, in the Facebook chat. Welcome to the show. So, wow, that's wow. Do you have any other maneuvers? What's your second, if you can get it on an opponent?
Yeah.
What's your second one?
I do. This is more like a signature, but the side Russian leg sweep.
Nice. Wow. Do you take them off the ropes? Do you take them off the ropes and give them? Now, this is how I learned from Mike Quackenbush when I did a training seminar, and I actually did use this in my repertoire because I'm a bigger guy. But he had me take them off the ropes, hold on to him, give him a big knee, and then take him to the other side of the other ropes, give him a bigger knee, and then in the middle of the ring, give him the Russian leg sweep. I always thought that was pretty good. I don't think I could do it now to save my life, but I'm just visually showing you mentally on how it would be, because I couldn't take a bump right now to save my life, Sammy. They would be taking me up off of the pavement with a forklift. So that's so. Now, when you strike, you do your martial arts and your jiu-jitsu striking stuff. You don't use the full fist, do you?
No, I do not, but I always make sure my hits are aggressive and intense. So
Lair,
I'll make sure.
Intensive, yes. You hear that, Lair?
I'm speechless. I'm afraid to say anything.
We also got speaking of choking out, we got Mr. Tap Out Donnie Fulmer's in the house. You guys have any questions for Slamming Sammy? Just write it down and I'll present it to her, and she'll give you guys the in-depth answers. And this is a wrestler that you guys do not want to mess with. So, wow. So when's your next match? Is it the 24th, or do you have something before that?
Yeah, the next match is the 24th. So.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Woo! I'm excited for that. I really am. I do thank you for actually, coming and being the first ladies match in a long time. And I think with your attitude and your your presence, it's going to be a good one. I guess your dad says you have a vicious clothesline too.
Yeah. That I do.
And Donnie Fulmer said jiu-jitsu nice. Yeah, Donnie, she has a lot of mixed martial arts that she's been training for many years before she got into the wrestling business at the age of 15. So she's been training, ladies and gentlemen. She's been in the dojo at the Rise Stronghold for 3 years, over 3 years. But now she still trains, though, and she trains 3 times a week, more than most people do.
And goes to classes. Yeah. She said yoga and stuff. And
personal and a personal trainer where she's lifting weights. So she's doing you're doing everything.
Yes.
Wow. No, Troy, she's not. No diamond dolls, Troy. She breaks your dolls, Troy. No diamond dolls, Troy. She's too vicious to be a diamond doll. I can say that just from what she said in this interview. So you the 24th, and then that's going to be a good one. And let me ask you another question, since you're in the area. Now, does Rise have a ladies division? Are they working on a ladies division?
They do. I've heard they're working on one, but I haven't really been into inserted into the conversations yet.
Oh, well, Mr. K and Mr. Dean Radford, you better insert her into the conversations, because so they do have a ladies area that they're going to have a ladies champion eventually. So there's going to be a ladies champion in that company. So you'll actually be able to vie one time for an opportunity.
Yep. Stay tuned. I believe that is a possibility.
Okay. Since you just had since you had a tag team match, what do you like better, tag team or singles?
I would say because that was my first tag team match, obviously.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So, but I honestly, I love doing both. It doesn't matter to me as long as I'm in the ring wrestling and doing what I love. That's really all I care about in general. So
I love your attitude. Awesome. This attitude is very refreshing. And I've been in the business for 25 years, wrestler, promoter, owner, and whatever. And Sammy, I'm not trying to kiss anybody's butt or anything. I'm a pretty honest guy, but your attitude is very refreshing in a business where sometimes politics is kind of not the politics that you like to be, or you don't want to politic your way into doing something. But don't ever stray from where you're going and what you're doing right now with the attitude you have. If I can say anything, because wrestling is very, very, it's very hard, but also too, you're doing a lot more than a lot of people out there today. I don't think anybody's out there is going to wrestling training centers 3 times a week. I don't see it. I just don't. And if they do, you can tell me in the comments and write me personally, and then I'm like, I'll eat my words. But also too, that's just how it is, I guess. I get in trouble for running my mouth. So you'll like to do singles, you'll do tags, you'll do whatever it takes to perform. Let me ask you another question. Your first match, when you got it over with, how did you feel after your first match ever that you did?
I felt it was a very groundbreaking moment for me, and I felt like now I could actually call myself a professional wrestler out there. And I was just so happy, and I was just like, even before I was so happy, I was like, yes, finally, this is the opportunity, this is the moment, this is the moment that me and my family and my future kids will talk about,
Well, and who did you wrestle on your first match? If you
So I wrestled Laura Lovelace on my first match.
Okay, I've heard her. I've heard of her. She's a name in the indies. And guess who just popped into the chat is one of your trainers, Mr. Dean Radford. And Dean said this about you: Slamming Sammy is just scratching the surface. That's good.
Awesome.
I mean, he don't throw any punch. He does not throw any punches. What you see is what you get with him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if he is gruff with exterior, it is because he knows, and he's training guys and girls like you to be better, and he knows that when he sees stuff, he knows that you guys can do the part.
Yes.
I don't know if I don't know if I could handle him being my trainer. Right? He'd throw me out probably. I don't know. I'd be scared. I mean, because like Dean has a reputation of just, no. He's a stickler for the fundamentals, though, probably, isn't he?
Yes, of course. Which is understandable because those are always important. The basics are always important, and you learn, over time. It's just, it's criticism. Like, if there's anything I can tell you from being coached 7 years of my life before this is that criticism is made to help people. No matter if you word it strongly or delicately, it's there to help people. So you should always take that advice.
You know what? A lot of people would not say what you just said. A lot of people would not do what you just said because some people cannot handle criticism. And then there's some people that train and get in the ring. And I'm sure if Dean told them that they weren't doing it right, would pack up their stuff. I don't know. You might have seen it. Pack up their bags and leave to never come back again.
It's definitely happened.
Oh, yeah. See?
It's definitely happened.
Well, so that means you have more vestibular and a more of a backbone and more strength and more courage than the individual that grabbed their bag that didn't like Coach Radford telling him how it was. And he would tell you the same thing, and you sit there and you took it and you grasped it and you soaked it in to make yourself better in the ring.
Yes.
Thumbs up on that. And my mom's watching. Hi, Mom. How are you? And Dean says, and the Rise women's division is very strong, and very soon in the future, we may see a women's championship to that division. He says, more to come.
Very cool.
Well,
amazing.
And he also says, Sammy is the definition of personal discipline on the path to find success.
Wow.
And this is my mom. I'm putting this on. Yeah, yes, Mom. She's and she could beat people up, Mom, too. So that's just
well, thank you.
And also, we have another female wrestler in the chat. Have you ran into Miss Potter lately, Ava? Have you run into her? Do you train with her? Have you guys bumped into each other?
Yeah, she started actually training with us. So. This could be something in the near future. Two styles conflicting, one style wins. I don't know. I'm not booking nothing here. Well, maybe I am. I do that too. So, you know what I mean, Lair?
I do.
So, yeah. So, but also too, are you like the elder statesman now in the training school since you've been there since you've been at the age of 15? You're pretty high up on the.
I would say I'm in a high place, but I don't act like that I'm royalty of wrestling, if that makes any sense, because
nope, I knew you were going to say that, and I appreciate you saying that, because some people, that probably had the years of you had of training probably is like, you know what? I don't have to go to training. I think I know everything. I'm not going to listen to Coach K and I'm not going to listen to Coach Radford. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. And I already learned enough. So I'm just going to, do what I do. And if nobody likes that, I'm going to do me. And you're just a totally different attitude of that. And you always want to learn.
Yeah, I'm always willing to take what I can from anybody in the business. So.
Wow. Well,
very cool.
Well, this is Craig, one of the longtime listeners for the experience out in Patton, Pennsylvania. Thank you for all your hard work, Sammy. So, and Craig, she's going to be wrestling for the APWF on August 24th against Alexis Sin. And it's the first ladies match since 2004. I think I can name that person who wrestled for us. I think it was Brittany Force, I believe. That's how long ago I can, because I'm pretty much a historian. And she wrestled Sarah Brooks, I believe. That was the last ladies match.
Oh, I haven't heard that name in a long time.
I know. Yep.
I know a little bit about Brittany Force.
I know you do. And that's 2004. That was up in Erie, Pennsylvania on the Kurt Angle show. Long time ago.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, not Erie. I'm sorry. Up in Oil City, but pretty close to Erie. I make sure I get the geography right. So you're ready. You're training. You're ready to get some more bookings. What can we expect? APWF fans, what can they expect from Slamming Sammy on the 24th?
They can expect Slamming Sammy to go out there and give it her all and just hit hard and hit hard and keep going.
Kick ass and take names.
Yes.
Well, I know. I got some other questions for you. I know, Larry, you got some questions that you wanted to ask Sammy. So I'm gonna let Larry ask you a couple questions, and I'll ask some in between. So go ahead, Larry.
All right, and Sammy, these are not wrestling related, so we'll let you off the hook for that. But okay. So off the bat, what is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie, I would have to say, my favorite movie was the one that's Fighting with My Family, the one that they did about Paige.
Oh, very good. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Have you ever seen The Goonies, the movie?
No, I have not.
Huh.
Well, you should, because it's a classic.
Do you have anything to say about that?
Well, first off, Slamming Sammy is just 18. So if she saw The Goonies, it would be probably on Blu-ray or DVD. I'm sure her trainers have watched The Goonies. I know Dean has probably watched The Goonies more than once. So I'm going to go with that. But I would just say it's a very entertaining movie about little kids trying to find treasure. It's a good movie.
And I got laughed at, Sammy, because I never seen The Goonies. He literally laughed at me when he asked me that question.
I did.
Nope.
I did.
All right. So what's one interesting fact that no one knows about you?
So one interesting fact that I would say that no one knows about me is like I have a way, like when it comes to getting what I want. I mean, because yeah,
that's good.
I have a way of getting what I want, and no matter how many times it takes me to get what I want, I'm always looking for it to grab it like I'm about to chokehold and basically.
Nice. Very cool. So do you have any hobbies other than wrestling? Do you like to do anything else?
I really don't have any other hobbies, but like like going to the gym and stuff like that, I would say is.
So you're a health nut. So you're a health nut.
Yeah, just a little bit. So, yeah.
Well, your
Nice.
your trainer said he's going to have an 80s movie night at the Stronghold.
Hey, I've watched a lot of other 80s movies though, so I'll be able to compete with that.
Nice. All right, so Sammy, I'm a big chicken wing lover. Bubba, I'm sure Bubba is too. I've seen him eat a few wings in a day.
A few.
What is your favorite wing flavor and from where?
I would say if I had a wing flavor. Now, I don't eat wings with bones in them. I'm weird. I eat I'm a boneless wings person, but
so you eat chicken nuggets basically.
But if I had to pick a flavor, I would say like garlic parmesan. That's always what I go
Nice.
for.
That seems to be a good one. And from where? Where do you get your favorite chicken nugget from?
Well, I would say like I get it like if there's I would say like if there would be anywhere I'd find like a Buffalo Wild Wings or something. We don't really have one close to here, but
Buffalo Wild Wings are good for sure.
yeah.
All right, and now my last question is very important, Sammy. What is your favorite topping on a pizza?
Favorite topping, I would just say my favorite topping is pepperoni. Just
okay.
Just
plain Jane pepperoni.
Yep, basic, simple.
Now, have you ever tried pickle pizza?
What?
No, I have not.
Try it. You will love it. You will thank me later. I'll wait for your response.
Yeah. I do like pickles though.
Oh my. Well,
yes.
pickles are good, but not on pizza.
Oh, Bubba, you don't know what you're missing.
I know. I'm probably missing a lot of stuff. But I have a couple questions before we end this great interview tonight. The match that you would always put in, say, your Blu-ray or DVR to actually train, what match would you put in that to actually learn from?
Geez,
I'm sorry, that's so many. I'll give you two. I'll give you two matches, or two people that we'd want to see wrestle that they already have, but you don't know what match it was, but you'd rather see it. You could see them wrestle, and you could learn stuff from the two people that you put in the VCR.
I would say it would have to be like the ones from my childhood, mainly like any wrestling match with Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. That always like their rivalry was one of my was personally one of my favorites, and yeah,
So you'll look any type of Ambrose and Rollins match, you'll put it in your, I said VCR, that's to say my age, your Blu-ray or stream it. So actually you would do that for knowledge, study film. You're going to study Rollins and Ambrose films.
I would say if there were anyone, it would probably be like the one, like, and it wasn't just them in the match, but the whole Money in the Bank thing, just how they did that whole thing was just so great to me. So
gotcha. Where do you see Slamming Sammy in 5 years from now?
I obviously see myself in 5 years still, doing what I love, wrestling, and hopefully in the near future signed somewhere big, whatever opportunity it is.
I like that.
Great answer.
My last question, and this is a great interview, and thank you for coming on tonight. One word that describes Slamming Sammy.
I would say one word. Obviously, we threw it around here. I would say aggressive.
Oh, you want to know what your coach Dean Radford one word, but it's actually two, but the A I'll count. He said champion.
Ah,
Wow.
I love that.
That's awesome.
Champion's good. Champion's good. So, Sammy, can you tell everybody on how they can get a hold of you through your social media and all that stuff? And the platform is yours, dear.
So, on Instagram, you can get a hold of me of at Slamming Sammy. That's SLAMMINSAMMY. And then on Twitter, it's official Slamming Sammy. So at official Slamming Sammy, the same spelling, and I'm on TikTok, the same thing at Slamming Sammy official, and on Facebook Slamming Sammy. So
that's awesome. So, and I'll have that at the end. I'm going to hook all that stuff up for you on the bottom of the show, so people can get in contact with you and stuff like that if they want to book you, if they want to get some inspirational stuff, because it seems like you're very inspirational, Sammy, especially being young and having this positive energy that you're bringing towards everybody, and you're bringing it to the APWF, everybody, the Uncharted Waters, Saturday, August 24th, 7 p.m. There is Sammy on the other side, Alexa Sin on the other side, and this is the matchup. First ladies matchup in a long time, and we are honored to have both of these two. I'm honored to have Sammy come on this evening and talk a little bit about her career and a little bit about herself. So get your tickets to see this up-and-coming superstar of wrestling. Sammy, thank you so much for coming on this evening. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Larry,
thank you, Sammy.
We have one more.
Right.
Oh, there we go. Taking bumps. Respect. Can't wait for the show either. I can't wait for the show either, Dean. There you go. So everybody tune in also to Rise Wrestling, where you can see Slam and Sammy all the time. And if you want to become a professional wrestler, go to Stronghold Training Center. I have it right here. I still have it because that's how I roll. There we go. Follow your dreams. Sammy, you can actually say that you are following your dreams, right?
Absolutely.
God bless you, dear. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody, Slamming Sammy. Larry, thanks for coming on.
Absolutely.
Everybody tune into the Triple B Experience. Get your tickets for the APWF Uncharted at www.apwfwrestling.com. We will see everybody, and you guys can see Slamming Sammy August 24th. Thank you, guys, and have a great night. Thank you, Sammy.
See you, Sammy.
See you guys. Bye.